receivers will benefit. I'm like, they're probably just going to play two tight end sets sometimes. And I think that's what the Giants are doing with Bellinger and Theo Johnson. So Theo Johnson's going to get a lot of end zone looks. I'm like, who's going to be in the end zone more though? I'm like a little nervous about counting on the Jackson Dart Giants with even Darius Slayton now being banged up. The idea, and his neighbor's gone, that like Theo Johnson will keep getting it, but he's also a perfectly reasonable dart throw, so to speak, for Theo Johnson to get a touchdown. But I think the theme is, if you have George Kittle specifically, I like Jake Tonjes just because I think he will actually be pretty good until Kittle plays, and that works for you. Everyone else, I think you probably want more of a season-long option. And yeah, I think so. Okay, so DK, you're getting Fannin. No, you're taking A.J. Barner. Sorry, I just...
Yeah, but I do like Fannin too. Either one is kind of just a dart throw, but yeah.
Fannin I like because if David Njoku gets traded, I think that Harold at the deadline, Harold Fannin would be like crazy high upside.
Totally.
That's what I'm thinking about with Fannin.
Yeah.
And if not, he's like every other tight end on waivers. Okay.
I'll be honest, like I'm still hoping Fannin kind of breaks out and does his thing, but yeah, it, like Craig said, it's not looking so good. He kind of pulled a likely, and Njoku's playing a ton still.
The difference to me is likely. It took him like 3 years to have that big week one, and Fannin did it just immediately. And I'm like, that kind of does mean something.
I think Fannin is good for what it's worth. Like he looks the part to me. He's a good body control, really good catches with his hands, like can extend to make catches and keep running. I think he's going to be a very good player. It's just right now it's kind of hit or miss. But also, we didn't really talk about this, but Dylan Gabriel looked pretty solid for the Browns.
He's fine. I kind of think Dylan Gabriel. I mean, look, it's not controversial, but like his third round pick, I think Dylan Gabriel could absolutely eke out like an NFL career as somewhere between, like, probably one of the league's more competent backups to a service. I don't know if he's going to be like happy as the Browns' future
be like
quarterback,
their franchise quarterback.
I kind of wouldn't be shocked if, I'm not saying he definitely will be. I wouldn't be shocked if Gabriel's just the quarterback going to Cleveland next season, and it's like everyone's like, yeah, no, I kind of like him. He's fine, and he becomes like a bad Kirk Cousins. He's small.
It's like in the Rattler area.
He can execute it. However, it's one of those things you talk about and then you're like, wow, this is just because Cleveland, it's the floor is so low and it's so pathetic that it's like they got through 41 quarterbacks and you're like, this guy will do, but
I know.
It's just been so bad that we're talking ourselves into it.
If, like you said, if we go into next season and the Browns are just like, yeah, we're going to go with Dylan Gabriel, that's depressing, I think.
I think he can execute the offense, but the ceiling is very low.
Like if the idea is that he can become Brock Purdy, I mean, sure. But we would need to see a lot, I feel like, in the next 2 months for people to feel comfortable with him being a good starter next year. That's
a good segue, because if I talk about fantasy defenses for a moment, I would suggest first the Pittsburgh Steelers, because they're rostered in a lot of leagues, but also because they were on bye, I think no matter what, check, because sometimes people do cut good defenses on bye no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And so these are very high roster defenses, but the Steelers versus the Browns, Dylan Gabriel in Pittsburgh next week is a different thing. And I just, TJ Watt, Dylan Gabriel, it's worth trying. So if he's available, the other team that is very high rostered, but you never know coming off a bye, the Green Bay Packers. We're playing the Bengals. Don't need to explain. The Bengals offenses looked horrible, minus garbage time versus the Lions. They had to go 28-3. They were down. Packers coming off a bye. I know they're rostered, but if the Packers are available versus the Bengals, those are two unbelievable options. And the Rams versus the Ravens, which is also self-explanatory. If the Rams defense is available for whatever reason, obviously the Ravens look, as Craig said yesterday, like honestly, kind of like the worst 2 or 3 teams in football.
Yeah.
If none of those teams are available, I would say the Patriots versus the Saints, Vrabel, and I just really can't say enough about Vrabel's week-to-week game planning. I think it's the best in the league by a lot. And if he beat the Bills and Josh Allen, I really do think the Pats could kind of put the Spencer Rattler offense in its place. So I actually kind of like the Patriots defense, even though maybe statistically there's some questions, but I think that Vrabel will really be able to limit the Saints. Titans are playing the Raiders. It's just Geno Smith leads the league in picks, and Titans defense. I know it's tough to pick a Titans team where the offense puts them in such bad spots, but if you do want to pick 6 potential on a random defense, which happens every week, the Titans are there. Colts versus the Cardinals, which is just, Colts defense is kind of awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lou Anarumo with the Colts